Thanks, everybody. Let's give our performers another round of applause.
We would now like to introduce a fellow Greek who has a very special connection to THON.
Justin Garrigan, a member of Theta Chi, is the siblings of a four-diamond child. He and his mother are here to share their story with us today. Please give them a warm welcome.
Hi, my name is Beth Garrigan, and this is my son, Justin. On Christmas Day, Justin asked if I would come up on stage during Greek Hour and help share our story. While I love telling our story to everyone I encounter to help spread awareness about the amazing things you guys do, this is a little intimidating. But I couldn't say no because it gave me an opportunity to tell you how you impacted my family and changed both my child's lives. At the start of summer 2010, Justin had just finished 11th grade, and my daughter Maddie had just finished 9th grade. My husband Rob, Maddie, Justin, and I all had the dreaded summer cold, but we headed down to South Carolina to vacation with family. By the time we got home, we all felt better, but Maddie noticed a lump at the base of her neck. So we went to the pediatrician, and he said it was just a lingering side effect of the cold, gave her an antibiotic. Throughout the summer, we spent many times going to the pediatrician and an ears, nose, and throat specialist and tried many different antibiotics, but the lump never went away. So on August 10th, the ears, nose, and throat specialist decided to remove the lump and biopsy it just to be safe. The following morning, I got a call and heard the words no parent ever wants to hear. I'm sorry, Mrs. Garrigan, Maddie has cancer. We made a trip as a family the following day to Hershey Medical Center for the first time, where we met Dr. Gauda and Dr. Greiner, who confirmed the diagnosis of stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma. While that is definitely the worst day of our entire lives, it was also a beautiful day for my husband and I, because we saw a bond grow between Justin and Maddie, who typically spent most of their time bickering and teasing each other. He put his arm around Maddie as she learned about Hodgkin's, what the treatment options were, and what the side effects were going to be. She started chemo a couple days later and spent that first night in the hospital when her counts dropped and she became very ill. The following morning, we met with our social worker, Heather, who told us about 4 diamonds. She told us how 4 diamonds were going to make us be able to concentrate only on Maddie and not all of the other things we hadn't even had time to think about, like how we were going to pay for this. What happens if our insurance didn't cover her treatment and her medications? What about school? How are we going to get back and forth to Hershey in our old cars that needed repair? She also told us how a Penn State organization was going to adopt us. That organization was Greater Allegheny. To this day, they still provide support they're not even aware of. It's been priceless. On November 23rd, 2010, we learned that Maddie was in remission. She remains cancer-free today. And she is here with us today, but this was just a little too overwhelming for her. Because of what you do, she's here today, and I thank you for that. But you not only saved her life, you changed his too, and I want him to tell you how.
Like my mom said, I was just starting my senior year of high school. I had already made the decision to enlist in the Army and go active duty. Everything was ready. All I had to do was sign on the dotted line. As it approached, I have to admit, I was not as excited about my first THON as I should have been. I'd seen videos on YouTube, but as a senior in high school, I just couldn't understand what it was like. I don't think anyone can before they experience it for themselves. When I got to THON, my life was changed forever. Walking onto the floor for the first time is an experience I'll never forget, and I would give anything to relive that moment. During those 46 hours I spent at THON in 2011, I made a decision that changed my life forever. I decided that instead of going active duty in the Army, I would join the Army Reserve and attend the greatest university in the world, Penn State. After all the Four Diamonds Fund had done for my family, I knew I needed to give back. My reason for coming to Penn State, or my biggest reason for coming to Penn State, was to get involved in THON, and it's a decision I have never once regretted in my 3 years at Penn State. With such a huge role in THON, Greek life caught my attention at my very first THON in 2011. But it wasn't until this past year that I decided that it couldn't hurt to check out Greek life for myself. Being a biology major working towards medical school and a cadet in Army ROTC, I was a little skeptical at first, but Greek life just had such a positive and uplifting presence at THON that I figured it couldn't hurt to at least check it out. I checked out a handful of fraternities before choosing Theta Chi, and I can tell you that I've canned and raised money with other organizations in the past years, but canning with Theta Chi has been the most rewarding experience I've ever had in THON. Outside of THON, I've made friends that I will have for the rest of my life. It really is a brotherhood. I love the way that everybody in my fraternity is so dedicated towards THON and the many other philanthropies, and how everybody works so hard so families like mine can focus on their children instead of worrying about the financial issues that come along with having a child with cancer. I don't think my college experience would have felt complete had I not decided to at least explore Greek life for myself. The fact that Greek life at PSU was able to start such an incredible fundraiser just really speaks for itself. I can honestly tell you that without the Four Diamonds and THON, I don't know where I would be today, or if my sister would be here to enjoy this day with us today. We have the luxury of a truly happy ending. The Four Diamonds and THON have made it so that we never need to wonder, what if that medicine or what if the medicine that the insurance wouldn't cover would have helped? We owe everything to all of you. I told my brothers in the early mornings of canning and fundraising, you really can't imagine how many lives you're touching. That the simple act of canning really does save children's lives. It's easy to forget something as simple as canning can have such a huge impact, but it really does. Every single dollar makes a difference. Although this was something my family had the misfortune of learning firsthand, I am happy to use this motivation to inspire others to work hard and raise money for this cause. Thank you, Penn State, for all you've done for my family and for all the other families. I look forward to the day when every family's story will get a happy ending, but until then, no matter your letters, we all THON together. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you for everything you do for the kids.